Hearing that your baby has the cord around its neck, or seeing the baby's head come out and see a cord around the neck. I don't want this to scare you. I want you to be prepared. So I have the internet's most common questions. I bet that questions that you have are included in this list, and maybe even questions that you haven't thought about. We are going to cover in this video. This is a rapid style video. In the next 5 minutes, we are going to talk about this topic, and by 5 minutes of your time, I promise that you are going to have all of your questions answered. Also, at the end of this video, I'll put a link to the playlist that has all my other rapid fire videos so that you can pick and choose and see what other topics you want to get quick answers to. Let's jump into that list. Here we go. Is it normal to have umbilical cord around the baby's neck? Yes, that is normal. So it is a normal thing that the babies do inside the womb. As you know, they move around and the placenta is fixed and the cord is fixed to the baby. But as they move around, they might just loop their neck with the cord. That is a normal behavior that happens inside of the womb. Is it common for the baby to have a cord around their neck? So common, it is actually common, and you might be surprised. 1 in 4 babies have a cord wrapped around their neck, a nuchal cord. Personally, I have 4 children, and 2 of my 4 had a cord around their neck. Interesting. Is the cord around the neck dangerous? So the cord around the neck, in the vast majority of the cases, is not dangerous. The importance of the cord, just back up a little bit, the cord brings oxygen to the baby. So since the baby is not breathing inside the womb, they don't have any way to get oxygen, and they get it straight into their blood from the blood that comes from the placenta through the cord. So what is important is that the cord still has a flow going through. And usually when the cord is wrapped around the baby's neck, the flow is not impeded. So there shouldn't be an issue with that. If there is something else going on that's compressing the cord or restricting it, then that could be dangerous, but generally it is not, because it is just wrapped around the baby's neck. How do you know if the cord is wrapped around the neck? So the vast majority of the times that we find out that the baby has a cord around their neck is at birth. So we will have the baby's head pop out. Baby's head usually comes out like this, looking down, and the care provider, whoever's catching the baby, the doctor and the midwife, will see the cord. And that's the first sign of, oh, the baby had a cord around their neck. Now, sometimes in an ultrasound, you might hear, oh, your baby's cord is around their neck. That is one indication that the baby might have a cord, but in general, it's not until actual seeing that cord at the delivery. Do you have to have a C-section if the cord is around the neck? Well, I kind of answered that question, because I said most of the time you see it after the baby's head pops out. So even if you saw your baby had cord around their neck in an ultrasound, that doesn't indicate that you need a C-section. Sometimes if the cord is super tight, if it's wrapped several times, and there is an issue with the baby's heart rate during labor, that we see the baby is in distress, and a C-section is recommended during the C-section surgery, and if they notice, oh, it looks like the cord was very tight or wrapped multiple times, they might say that could have been a factor to play into the C-section, but it's not a given that that's going to cause an issue with the baby. Can the cord around the neck cause stillbirth? A stillbirth can happen as a result of a problem with the cord and the baby getting that oxygenation, but it's not because the baby has cord around the neck, there is a stillbirth. That is not at all a given. That is a very rare occurrence, and it is probably due to other factors with the cord, not just the fact that it wraps around the baby's neck. Are there complications of the cord around the baby's neck? There can be complications if the baby's cord is for somehow restricting that blood flow that we talked about. So if the cord is wrapped multiple times, or the cord position, or it's super tight, that could cause fetal heart rate issues and could lead to the need for a cesarean during labor, could indicate a need for a cesarean. But again, in general, most babies don't have any problems with the cord around the neck. How do you prevent the cord going around their neck? So this is a very easy answer. There is no way to prevent this from happening. What is the delivery like when the cord is around the neck? Oh, so this is a good one. As the baby's head comes out and the provider sees a cord, usually all they have to do is just do a little slip like that, and that's it. If the cord is very, very tight where they can't slip, then they might clamp it right there and cut it before the rest of the baby is born. It's usually something that the provider will say, we have a cord around the neck, or the provider will usually say, there's a nuchal cord out loud. And then if you're in the room, if you are the one giving birth, you might have been alarmed, but hopefully, since you've made it this far in the video, you will realize that this is a normal thing that happens, and your providers should be able to easily take care of it, and for you not to be alarmed. I hope that that is where you are at the end of this list. Now, I promised there is a playlist with the other topics that are rapid fire style. If you love this, I would love for you to give a like, subscribe to the channel, because there's a lot more good stuff to help you prepare for birth and labor, and I will see you next time. Bye.